Eicher Motors has just bagged an order from the Bangladesh government to supply 350 trucks. It may be a small order, but could be a start of something big. That's the question. Joining us now to talk about the new order win and the future plans is Mr. SS Gill, Senior Vice President of the International Division at the Commercial Vehicles. Also joining in for this conversation is my colleague Yatin Mota. Yatin, over to you.
Thanks for that, Neeraj. And of course, Eicher Motors, the stock is in focus. We have the management here. Thank you, Mr. Gill, for joining in. First of all, if you could tell us about the Bangladesh order, how much in terms of value is this order for, and how really do you see the orders shaping up in the country?
It's a heavy-duty truck order of 350 units. So it includes the parts as well. So it's a 16-ton GVW truck which will be used by BRTA, which is the Bangladesh Road Transport. And we have been in Bangladesh for a long time now. So it's one of the units which is extremely successful, their particular model, which is a 16-ton GVW truck.
And sir, apart from Bangladesh, which are the other regions of focus for the company? Of course, you have been present strongly in South Asia. Any specific geography that you are currently bidding for such orders with the government?
See, we are exporting now to about 33 countries around the world, which include South Asia. South Asia means Bangladesh, Nepal and Sri Lanka for us. And similarly Africa, so over 15 countries in Africa where we are present now and we are exporting. And Middle East, which is the GCC countries where we are present. And now also expanding to the ASEAN region. Now these are the kind of countries that we are into, in about 33 countries in all. Now, in case of tenders and bids, there are something which are direct tenders, and some of them are through the channel partners who are present in those different countries. So we are in the process of many such requirements around the world.
Okay, and Mr. Gill, apart from the government orders and the tenders that you're talking about, how are the other export markets looking? Meaning, which are the segments in the export markets that you are currently looking at, apart from the government side of the business?
Yeah, we are first of all into the developing market area. So in the developing markets, we are already expanded in the last couple of years to as many as 33 countries, and maybe a couple of more countries will get added on. And for us, the exports market has expanded for two reasons. One, economic activity in all these developing countries overall has been up, if we see a slightly longer term horizon. Secondly, we have expanded our product range and made specific products for those markets, and that has changed and enhanced our addressable market, so to say. So for us, the industry is expanded even in countries where the overall industry would be down. For example, Middle East. So even though Middle East is nowhere what it was maybe 5 years ago, 10 years ago, but for us, since we have expanded with the new generation, the next generation trucks and buses, so for us, the addressable segment has expanded. So we have been growing. In fact, last 5 years CAGR, if we take about, so that's clocking over 30% CAGR for last 5 years. And with the kind of specific focus we have of attending to geography-specific, segment-specific product range, which we have been rolling out one by one, that we are sure about keeping this kind of a momentum going forward as well.
Okay, so since you were talking about how really channel partners are helping you get some export orders from the government, but on the distribution side, how is it looking in the export markets? Are you looking to expand your distribution reach in the export markets and try to enter new markets, especially South America? And also, if you could tell us how really are the tie-ups planned in the export markets?
Yeah, we have two types of models when we come to the international business markets for us in Eicher trucks and buses. So one of them is a distribution model which we have in most of our countries, And in some of the markets, we have our own market company. For example, we have already recently established in South Africa our own market company, where we import there and we further sell to multiple dealers. And that dealer network, most of it is common with the or already is selling into the Volvo Group. So we are trying to leverage the Volvo Group network. So Volvo Group has multiple brands, like including UD Trucks. So we are leveraging the network which is there of the Volvo Group in some of such markets. Similarly, in Sri Lanka, we have an own market company where we are importing, and we are further selling it to the dealer there. So it helps in different set of markets to go it in a different way. So that's what we have been adopting, and we'll continue to do so in some of the other developing markets where currently we are not present and we are planning to go.
Mr. Gill, one final word. I'm not asking you for specific numbers, but if you talk about the weak rupee, is it helping you with the overall pricing and the margins for the export business?
See, if we see not even going very long term, but even 1.5 years ago, the rupee was at 68 rupees to a dollar, the exchange rate. And it has only come back, and maybe now it's on a much more higher side of 70 plus, 69, 70, that's how it's hovering around. But the long-term average is something similar to that, 68 to 70. Now, so margins had dipped in between when the rupee had appreciated against the dollar, and it had come down to 64 or even lower than that for lots of months. So it is just coming back. But then there are other pressures, especially when it comes to inflation, since we source most of the material within India, and our plant manufacturing all these products is based in India. So there, the inflation we already know about, the kind of inflation levels, particularly in the auto sector, which are there. So those are also impacting. Overall, it's a positive scenario. Also because the volumes is helping us grow.